everybody, welcome to Duct Tape and Pearls. My name is Donna. Along with my husband James, we have this YouTube channel, and we invite you to hit that little red subscribe button so you don't miss any of the upcoming videos, along with the bell notification so that you are notified when we upload our videos. So today we are making my beds and laying them out, and right now what I am doing is I'm trying to get this weed barrier down. Now there is a problem with this weed barrier and putting it down. That's not dirt, complete dirt underneath that grass. We found out later on it's actually gravel. So getting the spikes in was really hard and difficult. And we worked with it. We finally got it down properly, but I decided I was going to go ahead and lay it down while James built the raised beds. So a little background about James. Since he's about 13 years old, he was trained as a carpenter. It is in his family. Everyone in his family are cabinet makers and carpenters. So he knows to go around a saw, and he knows how to build things, which is a bonus. So he was building 2 6x3 beds and 2 4x3 beds for me, and they may seem small to you, but we're starting off with a small garden and we're going to grow it each year. It takes about 10 years to get your garden to really flourish the way you want to. So we're starting off small, and we're just going to build some small beds and start there and build and grow the vegetables that we love to eat. And that was the bargain that I made with him, not to go all haywire and completely mad about this garden, but I am so super excited about it. So these beds, what they're being made of is pine dog ear picket fences, because the cost of wood has skyrocketed so badly that whenever it came to building these raised beds, I was actually worried that this was going to be a lot more expensive. However, Zach over at Stiver's Homestead built his this way because of the same reason, and I was like, hey, that's awesome. So he explained about how it's okay to do it treated wood because of what they treat the wood with nowadays to build your raised beds. It's perfectly fine, and I researched it, and it was. So each of these picket fences cost $1.72. So for one bed to be made, it was a total of $10.32. We already had the 2x4s. We've had them for about a year and a half. They've just been stored in the van the whole time, and they were good, so we didn't have to buy the 2x4s. So if you're going to go this route, you're going to have to buy 2x4s for the larger the 6 feet long beds. You're going to have to actually put a 2x4 on both ends, and then one in the middle of the 6-foot side to keep them from bowing. And it's pretty easy to make. I mean, James got all of them made in 2 hours. Pretty easy to make, pretty easy to put together, and it's pretty easy to move too. was a beautiful day out to be doing all this. Me and James both said afterwards that we felt accomplished, we felt great, we got some sun. We've had some really cold days here in North Texas over the past couple of weeks, and it just felt great to get outside. So we had to get Aiden out too. We were like, come on, Aiden, come on, get outside. So he came out and he helped us move our beds, and he got the lumber out of the truck for us, and he was a big help. Now, I had also bought a couple of months ago off of Home Depot a build your own raised bed. It's out of cedar and it cost me $88. I wanted to see what the difference was between building my own raised bed and buying one that's already kind of pre-built and all I have to do is slide it into slats. This was super easy to put in. It is an 8-foot long, 4 inches wide bed. So me and Aiden started putting it together, and I'm going to link this product in the description box below. If you actually go to the Home Depot and you look at it and you want to see what else, because it's modular, you go to Green Fence Company. It's the name of the place of the product. You can actually like buy your own modular set to do it the way you want, and I was looking at like an 8-foot by 4-foot, and it was going to be $38 to build without it being fancy like this. So you can build your own, you can add on to it and everything. It's really cool. It's expensive, $88 for this versus $10.32, and all I got was like 2 feet more on the lengthwise and a foot more on the widthwise. All right, day 1 is complete, and day 2 we're going to actually be working on the weed barrier. So because even Aiden was having a hard time driving those stakes in, and James wanted to go back through and redo it, so we got day 1 done. Happy Sunday morning, everybody. So we're going to continue this video because we've got more stuff in the backyard to do today. And throughout this week we have plans for, when we went to Home Depot, we didn't just buy my garden stuff, we also bought 2 toilets, so those are going to be put in this week. I'm hoping to have, I've decided that one bed that I've been trying to clear out in the backyard, I'm actually just going to move the whole bed because we're going to be putting a 2-car garage there. And so instead of me buying new soil and amending and everything, I'm just going to move the whole bed with the dirt and all to the other side of the shed. That's not going to happen today, but it's going to happen very soon. Probably throughout this week, next week. I still have to work on the beds up front. So I've been awake for about an hour. It's 10:20. James is still asleep. We are both super sore. Just fixed myself a second cup of coffee. I'm going to drink that after I pick up this kitchen because I didn't even clean the kitchen last night. So I need to get that cleaned and get everything pulled for the week meat-wise and pulled out of the freezer and put into the fridge so it starts thawing out. So I'm going to do that and put my clothes in the washing machine and drink some coffee and wake James up, and then we're going to go back outside. Okay, so it's actually 1 o'clock and we haven't done anything yet in the backyard. I've been letting James, well, we've been talking back there about how we're going to cover the weed barrier, if we're going to use pea gravel or what kind of, we've been researching some stuff. We already had something in plan
something we planned out. We just wanted to research it a little bit more, and so that's what we've been doing. I generally cook everything except for during the week. Oh, James's coffee's cold. I generally cook everything during the week except for lunches because I wake up earlier than everybody else. But I do cook dinner for everyone, and then I cook my own lunch. And then we do have some microwave-friendly meals for James and Aiden for late night and lunchtime while I'm at work. But today I'm cooking breakfast or lunch for me and James. I'm actually sauteing some mushrooms right now, but we had some jalapeno cheese sausage that I just cooked and some sauteed spinach, and then I'm gonna have mushrooms, and it's gonna be a delicious lunch. Delicious lunch. So it's also a bribe to get him outside.
I would be up waiting for you if you had to leave. I would wait a lifetime if you were at sea. I just wanna say that I feel that our love is real. Maybe we should hurry up and seal the deal.
Alright, so day 2, we're back out. It's a beautiful sunny day. Matter of fact, we both had long sleeves on, and halfway through it we were like, dude, it seems like it's hot outside. So James is taking up the weed barrier that I had laid down. He's just moving it over so it overlaps each sheet. Every week I pick up dog poop in the yard. I know some people will leave it in their yard, and that's perfectly fine, but I just pick it up every week because I don't want it all over the yard. So that's what my chore was that day while James was doing the weed barrier, and I was helping him move some of the raised beds out of the way. And while we were working on this, we were talking about how we were going to have the raised beds and ideas for what we're going to put over the weed barrier that the raised beds weren't on. And we've got some ideas, and that's going to be coming in the next couple of weeks.
Till the day I die. Oh, oh, I just wanna love you.
So after James laid one or two more tarps, he taught me how to square up the weed barrier, which I never knew, which I learned, and that was pretty knowledgeable to make it all squared, and it looked great. And we started moving everything back in, and we decided to put everything towards the back because the entryway is closer to where the camera is, and James, where he is going to be standing at, moving his hands back and forth, that's where we're actually going to put our herb garden instead of putting it in the flower bed. Now I've already got garlic in that flower bed, so that's just going to stay, but we're going to build another bed in the next couple of weeks so I can put herbs in there. So if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Are you doing raised beds, or are you doing beds just on the ground? Let me know down below, and we will see you very soon.
Oh, I just wanna love you right.